Hello. My name is Nora, your digital presenter for today's event. Before we dive into the exciting and informative content we've prepared for you, here's a quick disclaimer. I'm actually an artificial intelligence, AI, designed and programmed to assist with sharing valuable knowledge and resources. I am here to provide evidence-based, up-to-date information and guidance and will be sharing real stories from my colleagues at FND. Here at FND we value honesty and transparency in all our interactions. We, at the Family Network on Disabilities, believe that the incredible advancements in technology, such as AI, can significantly enhance our ability to provide families with the resources, support, and information they need. All the information shared in this training comes from the dedicated team of experts at FND who have years of experience, rich understanding, and most importantly, a deep passion for supporting families just like yours. Family Network on Disabilities began in 1985 by a group of parents of children with disabilities who came together looking for mutual support. FND is a grassroots organization for persons with disabilities and their families that is family-centered and family-driven. What makes FND unique is that the majority of our board members, our management staff and program staff are either individuals with experience with a disability or have family members with a disability, which gives us the perspective of empathy and compassion for the work that we do. Before we begin, I'd like to share a little bit about Family Network on Disabilities. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization helping families across the state. We're funded in part by the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Health through the Health Resources Services Administration. We use all that funding to provide information, resources, and support, and training to families, educators, professionals, and providers throughout the state. We do not charge for our services. At this time, we would like to make a disclaimer that we at FND are not attorneys, doctors, or mental health professionals. We do not offer legal or medical advice in our workshops. We are happy to support you with information, resources, and support. We use research-based information in our training and materials. Today we're going to be talking about helping with homework. So let's get started. Why homework? Parents learned a lot over the past couple years, especially with our children being home so much from school because of COVID. We've learned that a lot of us don't know what we thought we knew, and we may have gained a whole new appreciation and understanding for what our teachers do for our children. How a child reacts and learns is very different, especially in children with special needs, because they can process information differently. They learn differently in a lot of cases. Research states that quality homework has an impact on student achievement. What's learned in class needs to be practiced at home in order for that better retention for our students. If they're learning something at school one day and then they don't access it again until next week or the week after that, they may not be retaining, processing, or understanding that information. Homework also teaches our students important life skills. When our children do their homework, they're practicing preparation and time. These are life skills that remain relevant as they grow into adulthood, such as paying bills on time or time management at work. Homework encourages self-discipline and responsibility and the love of learning. Here are some fun facts about homework and learning. It takes about 21 days for something to become a habit. Be consistent. Make sure your child knows that homework is to be done at a regular time, regular place, and every day. This will create better study habits. It takes us 3 times minimum to hear or review something before it sticks. Homework helps our children to retain information learned at school. The national PTA recommendations fall in line with general guidelines suggested by researcher Harris Cooper. Homework should last about 10 to 20 minutes per night in the first grade, and an additional 10 minutes per grade level thereafter. So, 20 minutes for second grade, 120 minutes for 12th. High school students may sometimes do more, depending on what classes they take. Based on the aforementioned rule, a senior in high school should spend 120 minutes or 2 hours a day on homework. Let's think about this a moment. In the average household, is this happening? Screen time, playtime, texting, and the non-school related internet surfing ranks ahead of homework. These activities may be important for socialization skills, exercise, and communication building, but neither of them strengthen critical thinking skills the way homework can. Try not to bombard your child's schedule with extracurricular activities after school. This will interfere with the much-needed time for studying and completing homework assignments. Isn't it amazing that our children never seem to want to do their homework, yet that is when they become their most creative? Why not channel that same creativity used for making excuses into doing their homework? Classic excuses include playing sick, pets eating homework, or a silly favorite, "Mom and Dad didn't get me my supplies." Suspect something if your child frequently says they don't have homework. Learning and sharing ideas in a group of parents and educators is always a good idea. Asking for suggestions on what other parents are doing to combat homework excuses is a great resource. Let's identify the problems that prevent our children from doing their homework and come up with some solutions. Maybe it's their learning style. Sometimes things need to be switched up. Know your child's learning style. Everyone has one. How your child interprets information and prefers to learn is going to drive your child's learning experience. This will help with the type of tools they use, and what activities will help develop the interest in doing homework that will also eventually develop into healthy study habits. Why not focus on your child's strengths? What type of homework does your child like doing? Spelling, math, reports? If you know your child's interests and strengths, you can help with how they're completing their homework to make it more interesting for them. For example, if your child prefers research-based assignments, then maybe every assignment can have an element of research to it, using internet with supervision, of course. What are your child's areas of need? Identify the type of homework your child struggles with the most. Perhaps math, science, or reading. What if your child has difficulty with history? Maybe trying to find movies with similar historical content, and as long as it was age-appropriate, watching it together may help a visual learner retain more information. Televised documentaries would help with visual learners as well. Present levels of performance. If your child does not fully understand homework, it helps you and your IEP team gauge where they need more support. Based on your collection of information on your child's problems areas and solutions, develop a plan. Keep reminder notes for yourself to keep pens, paper, or poster boards on hand, as well as a list of movies that may be of interest to your child that are educationally related. How can parents help with homework? Well, first, communication. First, establish a working relationship with the teacher. Decide on the best way to communicate regularly so you're aware of all assignments, needed supplies, test days, and strategies used in the classroom. This will make it easier for you to prepare things at home. If your school district has a communication or parent portal, be sure to become a member of this website. You'll be able to keep track of assignments, assessments, and school grades. Establishing some ground rules for how study time is spent could help greatly. Resist doing your child's homework and stress the importance that other family members don't do your child's homework either. All family members must respect the need for private study time, designated supplies, as well as study locations. You can easily come up with other activities for siblings during homework times. Depending on your family needs and schedules, you set the ground rules at home. Creating a setting. Create a homework sign, and designate a specific time and homework zone for your child. Make sure the homework zone is equipped with everything your child needs to study. This could be as easy as a table in the kitchen that is set up just for study purposes. Some helpful tools for creating a setting is using a science fair poster board to block out distractions could be helpful. Checking on them frequently may too. Potentially setting up different placemats can designate a shift for homework time versus dinner time. Explore together. There will be times when we don't know the homework content or have the formulas to help our children solve a mathematical problem. There are many assignments we may not know how to help with, but with open communication with the teacher, you can easily request help with resources or tips on how to complete the assignment. Visiting the library or researching the internet are both wonderful resources of information and would be great help with discovering and learning new things together. Research says that senses impact learning. Smell, hearing, touching, and tasting have impact on learning and remembering. Allow your child to unwind, eat a snack if needed. A 2005 study published in Psychology of Music found that workers who listened to music while working had higher productivity than those who didn't. The study's authors speculate that this could be because music boosts mood, improving motivation. Particularly among students who are struggling to remain motivated to complete their work, music might provide a respite from the stress and exhaustion of studying and inspire them to keep at it. Fidget toys for kids to play with while trying to focus has also been useful for improved learning. Tasting and eating has a great impact on retaining information as well. Many children have better focus on tasks when given things like popcorn, goldfish, or fruit to snack on while listening. Try to avoid sweets as this will cause kids to crash from the sugar rush later. Movement impacts learning too and is procedural and involves memory or muscle memory. Remember also that laughter is key to the learning process. We want children to enjoy their learning experience, not dread it. In addition to providing suitable conditions at home for studying, a great way to highlight homework and studying is to take time to read ourselves. Read a newspaper, magazine, or book, but make sure your child sees you reading. If possible, try to make it a family thing, where everyone is engaged in reading during homework time. If you have more than one child, try and coordinate all children on the same homework time. But if you have a large family, this would be the perfect time to designate a quiet time for reading. This provides positive reinforcement for reading and studying. Like earlier stated, it takes 21 days to form a habit, so have patience. What is your ideal situation for reading together? Is it on the couch? Or maybe it's while driving? Simple things like reading street signs, or letting them read their favorite book in your car while picking them up from daycare. Anywhere and any time can be your best place and time. Always have patience. Do not yell if your child argues about their homework or resists doing homework or studying. It's real easy for us to lose our heads if we're trying to teach our kids something and they have a hard time learning concepts because of focus issues or disinterest. Have patience. Creating better study habits take time. Use different methods such as reward systems for encouraging these habits. You don't want your child to associate homework with punishment. Review with your participants shared strategies, find out what has worked for them. As a parent, you are your child's first learning tool. There are so many resources that they can access and that can help. For example, their teacher. Once the relationship with your child's teacher is established, ask for resources and additional information of topics covered in class so you can review them effectively with your child at home. Textbooks are your child's greatest source of information for what's covered in the classroom. Learning devices such as the computer, laptop, iPad, or leapfrog games are fun tools for learning. These days, telephones, tablets, and iPads offer a variety of free applications that can be engaging, fun tools for learning. The use of a computer enables your child to write reports and learn of graphic design. The world is at your fingertips with the internet as you can research any topic and find thousands of pieces of resourceful information. There are many free learning websites that engage kids of all ages, as well as programs that can be useful tools. Family is also an incredible resource. Here are some fun ideas that could help jumpstart your children's homework success. Current Events Saturday. This can be done with siblings, neighborhood children, and friends. Cut out articles from the newspaper. Ask your child to choose an article and write a summary report on the article event of his or her choice. Home Spelling Bee. This is especially fun with friends and family. Who doesn't like a challenging spelling bee, with a prize for the winner, of course? This can turn into a family tradition. Special Movie Night. Review your TV guide for movies, documentaries, or shows that are related to what your child is reviewing in class or for homework. Schedule a family movie night, or with friends, with popcorn, paper and pads for note-taking. Ask them what similarities there were in the movie to the actual event. Study Buddy. Ask your child about a friend, classmate, or fellow student that they would like to study with. Coordinate with the student's parents on exchanging phone numbers and home information so you can plan study nights and activities. Here you can see our FND family. These are the programs housed under the Family Network on Disabilities. Each program provides a unique service to a specific population. There are 3 PTI programs, funded by the U.S. Department of Education through the Office of Special Education Programs. POPN serves North Florida, PSN serves Southwest Florida, and PEN serves Southeast Florida. The Family Star Program, funded by the U.S. Department of Health under the Health Resources Services Administration and supports families of youth with special health care needs. FND also has a special needs trust where we provide families with information regarding creating and supporting a special needs trust. We also do programming specific to fathers raising children with disabilities. Here you can see links for multiple downloadable resources available in various languages. You can also see some of our social media platforms. We have various pages on Facebook addressing the needs of different populations and our programs. I invite you to check out our website at www.fndusa.org for the hundreds of pages of resources and invaluable information that you can access and download at no charge. You can reach us to help you and your family by giving us a call at 800-825-5736 and letting us know your needs. You'll be assigned to a staff person who can support you. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Visit our website for valuable resources and more information. We want to thank you for spending this time with us during this presentation. We look forward to hearing from you.